and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good today. So in today's video I'm going to do like a elf haul, kind of like a first impressions and also trying out some of their recent launches. I got my hands on the recent launches through an Instagram reseller because Elf Cosmetics here in India launched recently and they did not bring any new launches on Nykaa. So I had to get my hands on these new launches through an Instagram reseller. So yeah, that is everything that I will be going through in today's video. I also have this Elf CC cream that has been really raved about all over the internet. I'm seeing this CC cream everywhere, and this has mainly been raved about on TikTok. It is like a very famous TikTok kind of, everyone on TikTok has been trying this out. So I'm really excited to try this one out for myself. So yeah, I'll talk about how I got these products, from which Instagram reseller I got this, and how much everything costs. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Also, if you're someone who is seeing me or watching me for the first time, thank you so much for clicking this video and hanging out with me. I post beauty and makeup related and skincare related videos as well 3 times a week, which is Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Let's get started on with the video. The things that I got from Instagram reseller is the Elf CC cream. Now I will leave the price of the US price of this CC cream and the price that the Instagram reseller charged on the screen, so that you can see what are the actual prices on US site and what the resellers did charge me on Instagram. Now I do have to say the resellers has to keep their profit. They have to pay customs as well on this customs and duties. So obviously the price is going to increase, and I just have to say that the Nykaa prices are honestly too high, and I am willing to pay a reseller that much because obviously they have to pay customs and everything. So it's fine to pay that much. Obviously some other resellers charge way too much, but this reseller, I leave the Instagram handle from where I got all of these products in the description so that you guys can check her out. Her page is really good. She brings amazing makeup and she brings a lot of international brands as well. So anyway, yeah, I got this CC cream and I got the shade medium 330W. Now after that I got this new launch. This is the Elf Mint Face Primer. I really wanted to try this one out because obviously the packaging, first of all, is super cute, and also I just wanted to try out a cooling kind of face primer. I don't have anything like this in my collection yet, so I really wanted to try this one out. Obviously the prices are a little on the higher side on the Elf website. Also I think this retails for around $14-12. It's a little high for them as well, but yeah, I got this. Then I got the Putty Blush as well. The Putty Blush also, they didn't launch this in India, so I had to get my hands on this. So I got this through the Instagram reseller as well, and I got the shade Bahamas. So this shade is such a beautiful kind of like a peachy toned shade. You guys know I love these kinds of blushes, so I got my hands on this as well. And I got the Elf Camo CC Hydrating Concealer. Now Elf launched their original CC concealer here, Camo Concealer, I think so. They did not launch the hydrating version in India, so I had to get my hands on it. So because obviously I have dry skin and I know that I am going to like the hydrating version a lot more than the normal one, so I got my hands on the hydrating one. Now after that, these are the products I got from Nykaa. I got only 3 products from Nykaa. I got the Elf Primer Infused Bronzer, and it's in the shades Constantly Bronzed. I really love this shade so much. I feel like this is going to suit me very well. So I got this, and I got the lipstick in the shade, I'll leave the shade names. I got this in the shade Cider. I really love this shade as well. This is like a very warm brown, kind of like a nude. It has a nude vibe to it. So really love the packaging of this lipstick as well. It's very aesthetic. And lastly, I got their bite-size mini palette, which I really wanted to give it a try. So I got this. I got the neutral one with a blue eyeshadow. So I got these 3 products from Nykaa itself. Again, I'll leave all the links and everything down in the description box so that you guys can check it out. Now I have almost everything for a full face of Elf, so I'm going to do like a full face of first impressions. So first I'm going to take the Elf primer. Now this I feel like is going to be, yeah, it's very gel-like. It has a green tint to it as well. So as you can see, I am applying this primer all over my skin and it feels very cooling. I do have to say, I just feel like I put a little bit of ice primer or something like that. You know, it's like a gel. It has a little bit of tacky finish to it as well. Like I can feel my skin to be a little tacky, which honestly I don't mind. I really love tacky primers because they hold and grip the foundation really well, and they make the foundation look very flawless on the skin as well. So I really love that aspect. Now you can see this is how my skin is looking after putting the primer. The primer is very hydrating and it's very cooling on the skin as well. The hydrating aspect, I don't feel like it's too much, but it's definitely very tacky, I would say. It is a very cooling primer. Right off the bat, I can say that this is very cooling, and yeah, it's very tacky as well. Now coming on to the main thing is the CC cream, which I'm really excited about, and I really, you know, want to give this a try. Now this has a bunch of amazing ingredients in here as well. It has collagen in it, it has peptides, it has niacinamide. So this CC cream is not only like a makeup, but it has some skincare benefits to it as well, which I really love, honestly. And I just wish they did launch this in India, because this is a very popular product now on the e.l.f. website, and I think so they are almost sold out of it. Like yeah, so that is why I really wish that e.l.f. bought this here in India as well. It has a pump to it and everything. As you can see, it has a pump to it. So I am initially just going to put 2 pumps of it, and we'll see if this matches my skin tone or not. I just feel like it's going to match my skin tone. Like it has a warm undertone to it. It can be a little light, but we'll see how this looks like on the skin. So I'm going to take a beauty blender. I am going to leave the name of the beauty blender also, which I used. I'm going to just blend it all over. So I can say that this is blending so well into my skin. As you can see, this matched my skin tone too well also. Like it's pretty good. I mean, I do have to say that this is a very good match for my skin tone. I can say that the primer is working well as well, because this e.l.f. CC cream is really like holding on to the primer and really blending so well. This has a very good amount of coverage as well. As far as I can tell, this has really good amount of coverage too. So you can see this is a little yellow, I feel like. I mean, on camera it definitely looks way too yellow than my skin, like my body, but it's not that yellow in real life. Like on the mirror I don't look that yellow. So this is how the foundation looks like up close. As you can see, this is looking very dewy. Also it looks very natural as well. I think it looks a little, you know, too yellow on camera, but to be honest, it looks perfectly fine. Like in real, it looks perfectly fine. So I'm going to use the CC e.l.f. Camel Concealer. Sorry, why do I say Camel Concealer? It's Camo Concealer. It's the Hydrating Camo Concealer. So I am going to use this right now, and this is in the shade, I got it in the shade warm, medium warm, which I am actually. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Yeah, the camera is picking up a little too yellow, like the undertone's a little too yellow, but it's not that yellow in real life. So I'm just going to do this whole lifting technique. So anyway, I am going to use the same beauty blender that I used, and I'm going to blend it in. Let's see what the coverage is. I mean, yes, the coverage is definitely on the full coverage side, I feel like. I mean, I don't generally go for this much of a fuller coverage concealer, but I feel like, yeah, this did cover up really well. So this is again looking a little too yellow on camera. I mean, it's looking a little yellow in real life as well. I feel like it's a little too yellow for my undertone, for my skin's undertone, but I think we can make it work. I mean, the shade is perfect, the undertone is a little yellow, you know, but the shade is really perfect, I feel like. So as you can clearly see that this part is looking a little too yellow. So anyway, we are going to fix that with some eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this bite-sized eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. and I'm going to dip into this brown shade right here, like a warm brown. I'm going to put this on my crease. I'm going to do a very like easy eye look today. Just going to test out the whole e.l.f. makeup. So I had a e.l.f. I think I had a primer before from e.l.f. but I did not try so many of their products before. But I did have a e.l.f. primer and I think I had like a lipstick. So I'm going to use this. As you can see, the blendability is pretty good and it's very pigmented also. So yeah, so far the eyeshadow is blending really good. And I think the concealer tone is adjusting as well. I mean, I just feel like that. But so this is how my eyeshadow is looking after the transition blend. Now I'm going to deepen it up with this brown right here. Going to take a fluffy brush like so and going to just deepen up my brown outer crease, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brown again and going to put this very near my lash line, so, and smoke it out. This is how my eyes are looking. Now I'm going to take this cream eyeshadow and I'm going to put this all over my, like this part, this portion. As I said, I'm going to keep the eyes very neutral and simple. I'm not going to even use the blue eyeshadow. I mean, I swatched the shimmer and it does look good, but I'm just going to use the mattes for now. So after the eye look is done, I'm going to take a mascara. I'm going to take the Mars mascara. I'll leave all the links and everything down in the description box. So after my eyes are done, I'm going to go in with the blush. Now I'm going to take the e.l.f. Putty Blush and this is in the shade Bahamas. So as you can see, this is such a beautiful, gorgeous peach shade. And this, I feel like, this blush has very little specks of shimmer in it. I mean, very micro shimmers. You cannot even see them unless you really look very close. So I got this brush from a brand, but they are not available anymore. So that is why I cannot like name the brush or the brand anymore. So anyway, I am going to put this all over my cheeks. And this, I feel like, is right off the bat, it is not that pigmented. I mean, it is showing a little bit of color, but it definitely isn't like pigmented, you know, like it is looking pretty good. But as you can see, it's not like a typical cream blush. I feel like it isn't like your normal cream blush where you feel like it's very, you know, dewy or glowy. I just feel like it looks pretty like good on the skin, but it isn't going to be like a dewy cream blush. It is looking quite matte on my skin. So as you can see, this is how the blush is looking. It is definitely giving me a glow, I feel like, but I think it is because of the, you know, a little bit of micro shimmers in here. The formula itself is not that glowy or dewy, I do have to say that. Now I'm going to use the e.l.f. bronzer. The bronzer also looks pretty good. So this is the bronzer that I'm going to use, and the shade honestly looks very good. So I'm going to use this brush from Wet n Wild. This is a powder brush and it's very good for powder bronzer. So I'm just going to bronze up my face. I'm not going to put this like a contour. I'm just going to bronze up my face and just make it look a little, you know, less yellowy, I feel like. So you can see the bronzer did like blend did really nicely. I mean, if it is a powder bronzer, but it did blend really well. So the shade also is like a warm brown bronzer, so it is going to suit Indian skin tones, and also it is going to be amazing for summer, because in summer I love these kinds of bronzer. So yeah, I really like the bronzer as well. So the last thing I have to test out is the lipstick. Now this lipstick, I feel like it's very aesthetic. I feel like this lipstick looks like, you know, the 90s type of lipstick, and I really love the packaging of this lipstick a lot. So I'm going to test it out. This, I feel like, is going to be a satin matte kind of a finish. Wow, the lipstick shade is pretty good. I thought it's going to be look too, you know, brown on me. So this is how the lipstick is looking. I think the lipstick is around the price of 400. I really like the formula as well. It is a very creamy matte. It is kind of like a satin lipstick. So this is how my face turned out. Obviously, I tried to keep the look very minimal and very simple. And I will zoom you guys in again so that you can see how my skin looks overall. So as you can see, yes, the concealer looks a little too yellow, but it's looking way too yellow on camera. I do have to say that. Other than that, the foundation, I mean CC cream, looks really good. I just feel like the CC cream was really good, and it really is looking very flawless. It doesn't even feel like a CC cream to me. It feels more like a very natural coverage foundation. I knew that CC cream was going to be good, but I really loved how lightweight it is and how like it just blended so well into my skin, and yet it is looking very flawless also, and it covered up a really like good amount of pigmentation, of uneven skin tone. It really did even out my skin tone without looking too heavy. I mean, I am not looking dry or heavy in any area. Although the concealer shade, I feel like, is a little too yellow for me. That is the only thing I noticed. Other than that, I feel like the whole look is looking pretty good. So to round up, I would say the foundation, the CC cream, I mean, is really good. I really loved it. It has been hyped up for a reason. And secondly, the primer, I did like the primer as well. I do feel like the primer is gripping the foundation really well. I mean the CC cream, I always say foundation, yeah, but the CC cream really well. And the other thing I have to say is that I like the blush. Of course I like the blush, but I don't see it's like a revolutionary blush where, you know, you can skip on this blush. I feel like you can get similar formulas in the Indian market as well. You do not need to go out and buy this specific blush. Although I like the formulation, there is no fault in the formulation, or there is no like drawback to this blush. I really liked how it's sitting on my skin. I just have to say that you do not need to spend that much, you know, for a blush. You can get similar formulas in the Indian market as well. Now for the bronzer, yes, I really do like it. Do you need to go ahead and spend 800 rupees for this bronzer? I think you can if you want to. I personally really love a good bronzer, so yeah, of course, for me, I do think that it's worth the 800 rupees price tag. Although it could have been a little cheaper, but I just feel like it's okay because the bronzer shade did blend out really well, and it is looking pretty good on my skin too. So as for the eyeshadow, now I do have to say I really liked how it blended out pretty good. It is pigmented, but I just feel like I have other eyeshadow palettes in my collection that I love more. I mean, last week I think so, or like this month, I tested out Amazon products where I tried a peachy eyeshadow palette. It was just for rupees 700 and the quality was really amazing. So if I compared that eyeshadow, I think I have this here. Yeah, so this is the eyeshadow palette I got I think this month only. So yeah, if I compare this eyeshadow palette, I think this month or last month, I kind of forgot. Yeah, but anyway, if I compare this eyeshadow palette with this, you know, elf eyeshadow, I'm going to prefer this eyeshadow palette more. So that is what I'm saying. I mean, this is a good eyeshadow palette, but my preference is this one. So there is a little bit of a difference. I mean, I cannot say what difference it is, but while I'm applying the eyeshadow, I know that I am going to reach for this more rather than this, although the tones are different and everything. If I need a brown, if I need a peachy, you know, kind of transition shade, I'm going to go for this brown more. I'm going to go for this brown more. So that is why I feel like although this is a very compact palette, it is pretty good as well. I think I got this for rupees 400. Yeah, for 400 it's not a bad palette, although would I choose this over my other palettes? I don't think so. Now coming on to the lipstick. Yes, I love the lipstick. I think so it is definitely you know, good for the price. It is 400 rupees. I think so it's amazing. It is a very good satin type of a lipstick. The formula is good, the color is very beautiful as well. So the last thing is the concealer. I feel like I am creasing a little bit on my under eyes here. I mean, there is a little bit of crease under there. Normally you guys know that I don't like to set my under eyes at all. I don't like to set my under eyes. Whatever concealer it is, I don't like to set it, although the coverage was pretty good. The undertone wasn't that well. I mean, it's too yellow for my under eye. And also I do have to say it's very full coverage. I like the aspect of it. It looks flawless on the under eyes, but I think I'll have to powder this one up. I mean, I don't like using powder under my eyes, but with this I feel like I'll have to powder or else it's creasing. Otherwise the formula is really good, bang on, and the color I feel like it's not that great. But again, the formula is good. I just have to, you know, use a powder with this concealer because I feel like it's too emollient and it is creasing, you know. But the hit of course is the CC cream, the primer and the bronzer and the lipstick as well. These are the 4 products that I would recommend you guys to try out. I feel like these are kind of worth checking out. I really love this, although these 2 are not available here in India. I really did like both of these products. So if you can get your hands on this, definitely try this one out. And if you really want to purchase anything from e.l.f. that has been launched here on Nykaa, try these 2 products. I really love these 2 the most. Now that was everything for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, definitely give me a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And also if you are new, hit the subscribe button. I post 3 days a week, which is Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. So yeah, without further So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. And also if you found this helpful, please definitely give me a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And thank you so much for checking this video out. If you are someone who's new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell. If you like to see more videos from me, I post 3 days a week, which is Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. So anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.